Hey everyone, welcome back. Let's be number 3. Last time, we went into the sewers to find Boney chase after a stink bug. Stink bugs, who can supposedly remember anything, have superior memories. Then we find, letter. Find up here. Alright, let's go. Boney Woney, let's go Joni. Don't ask me what that means. Look what's in this room. Books. Lots of books. Minuscule writing. Must be hard to read. What do you say? You're not hiding from anybody. I remember you. Letter. Maybe that's what they meant by leader. But why are you here and chained up? All you did was ring a bell at the start of the game. Come on, doggy. You're joining too. Yes, it's me, Letter, the bell ringer. Must be real shocked to hear me speaking for once. Was I couldn't talk this time, I simply chose not to. As I rang that crossword bell, deep inside my heart I decided I would speak to no one. But the secret we've got now is starting to leak out. This is actually an actual kind of music called a gymnopedie. It's not just a special name. The time has come to tell you everything. What I'm about to tell you, you might not want to know. Even so, you absolutely must hear it. It will be a long story, but please listen to it all. What if I say no? I see. If you refuse to listen, I have no choice but to talk. Okay. Fine, let it all out, buddy. Given here on how you've lived, what I have to say will tear at your hearts. And there's just so much to tell. I decided to have the stink bug trailing behind me, memorize everything I say. Ready, Mr. Stink Bug? Long ago, there existed a world. A world different from what the people on these islands think of. This world was incredibly big. More people lived on this world than there are grains of sand on these nowhere islands. I know it'd be hard to imagine, but such a world once existed. Understand? So far, at some point, the world wound up destroyed. Naturally, it was humans who destroyed it. You stupid motherfuckers. In the back of their minds, everyone had an inkling that it would happen at some point. And then, it really did happen. And so, the world is no more. Everything so far has been about the end of the world. Did you understand it all? Yeah, it used to be an old world that full of people that got destroyed because people did something. Just before the end of the world, a white ship came to these islands. On it were all the people of Tazmily village. Yes, for the white ship were those who managed to escape the world. People on the ship still went by the names from the previous world. The white ship planet had been set in place before the world was destroyed. Now that they're part of the world, these nowhere islands are a special place. They were the one place that remained even if the world was lost. The one and only place where people could survive. And so the white ship arrived at these islands. This story has been about the white ship. I got you. The white ship brought the people here. Using these islands special because you have a giant dragon nearby, as large as the islands itself. Oh, I know of that. Long, long ago, people lived together with the dragon. However, at some point in time, the people and the dragon could no longer coexist. So using the 7 needles, the dragon was placed into a long, long sleep by the ancestors of the Gypsy people, who have lived here since ancient times. Ever since, the Gypsies have guarded the needles in an effort to prevent the dragon from being woken until its power is truly needed. Thus, until the time of its awakening, the dragon continued to sleep as the power of the earth itself. So, because of the tremendous energy of the dragon hidden deep below, these islands were protected by the end of the world. Everything so far has been about the dragon and the Gypsies. Did you understand all of it?
Yeah, we knew the part about the dragon and the gypsies. Well, we didn't know that was part of the earth.
Those who came here aboard the white ship feared another end of the world more than anything else. They felt that the world's destruction was a direct result of the way they had lived. The people of the white ship discussed things at great length. They shared their wisdoms and spoke with grave seriousness. Then they arrived at their conclusion. They decided to completely erase everyone's memories of the previous world and start their lives over with new rules and new roles. Yes. In short, everyone would play out the ideal story that they had come up with. This is what happened. The people would start their lives in a simple, peaceful village, in the kind of place they wished they had grown up in. They would erase the memory of everything, the world, their belongings, their rules, and then they would begin their new lives. Everyone's old memories would be reset and replaced with their newly created story. And thus, the village of Tazmily came to be. However, it was necessary to record the fact that the memory replacement had taken place. Hummingbird Egg was the device used to store the memories of the white ship people. Wes and his son Duster, both playing their roles of thieves, were set to take action should a dangerous situation occur. Remember when they went to Osoi Castle? They went there to retrieve the secret of the people of the white ship. And there's one other thing. Me. It was essential that one person retained memory of the previous world, to sort of keep watch over things. I was the only one in the village of Tazmily who was not given a role in a new story. The sound of a bell served as a suggestion, to keep everyone's fabricated memories from reverting. My name later comes from the word leader. No, that doesn't mean I was anyone special. It's just I was particularly taller than anyone else. You're bigger than a house! So upon discussion, I was selected because it would be easier for me to stand out. Being so tall, people want to come see me, you know? And I was given the role of revealing these secrets when the time truly called for it. Everything so far has been about those who lost everything. Although Tazmily Village exists in reality, it was originally created as part of a story. I know it's very difficult to believe, but do you understand so far? Yes. Let me also talk about Osoi Castle. Apparently, long ago, a kingdom existed on this island, centered around the king of Osoi. However, when we arrived on the white ship, the people of this kingdom were gone. Seems they had left the islands, fearing the dragon's eventual awakening someday. I guess they were in touch with the Gypsies then. Before boarding the white ship, Princess Kumatora was an infant who had lost her father and mother. Upon coming to these islands, she was given to the Gypsies to raise, and given the role of princess of the castle. Wes and Duster being her retainers was another part of the fabricated story. Osoi Castle was one of the few and precious relics of the island's past. We crafted our story in haste, so the people inside it have very little past or history. Have you noticed no one in Tazmily can talk about things from 100 or 1,000 years ago? In truth, we had wanted to create an entire plethora of myths and legends, but our stories made in such a hurry that we weren't able to. It's a real shame. I'm sure that much of what I'm saying you'd rather not hear, but it is the truth.
I find it very fascinating what happened to this world. I have listened to it. I'm not going to do a Zelda repeat on ya. He's A-okay.
Truthfully, we had no idea how Tazmily Village would turn out, but things actually went rather well. The people who arrived on the white ship were fully taken to their new identities. They believed they had always lived together peacefully. It was when a person by the name of Porky stumbled upon these islands. Everything started to go amok. It seemed to use a time distorter machine to travel through time and space at will. However, he was apparently shut down from all other times and spaces, and tumbled into this era and these islands. Even worse, he used his time distorter to bring many people from other eras here. Pigmats, as well as ever in New Pork City, were all brought here and brainwashed by Porky. Porky Velas seems to view these islands as his own personal toy box, with which he can do anything he wants. He takes animals apart and recombine them to make creepy new chimeras. As a childlike dictator, he began doing whatever he pleased, including building Thunder Tower and forming his own army. Porky eventually learned the White Ship's secret because of a traitor among the Gypsies.
A traitor? Is it the missing Locria? Now it's starting to make sense.
The traitor was Locria, the seventh Mad Gypsy, and the only one you haven't met yet. After Locria joined forces with Porky, he learned about the White Ship people and the secret of the sleeping dragon. Porky decided to pull the needles to wake the dragon, so he could use the power for himself. The dragon is the power of the very earth itself, you see. It's said that whoever pulls the sealing needles will become the dragon's master. However, only a very select few are capable of pulling the needles. Apparently, neither the Gypsies nor Porky had that capability. Yet the needles are being pulled now. That means Porky is somehow controlling someone who can control the dragon's power. We have to put a stop to Porky's antics. If we don't, the world will be completely destroyed again, and it will spell the true end for everything. For that, Porky might be the ultimate pleasure, but we can't allow it to happen. We, the last handful of people that are, absolutely can't allow it to happen. Lucas, seems you are chosen one, with the ability to pull the needles sealing the dragon away. You must pull the dark dragon's needle with your own hands, and pass your heart to the dragon. Let this be my one and only order to you as your leader.
I understand. The dragon's awakening.
He had 6 needles that had already been pulled. Deep in the earth, the dragon is like beginning to stir from its sleep now. Supposedly, the last needle is somewhere here in New Pork City. Porky's been gathering everything that lives on these islands into New Pork City to prepare for the final needles pooling. It is possible he's planning to hold one final, twisted party. But now is our chance to change this looming crisis into our golden opportunity. All things may come to an end, or new and bountiful things may begin. Wouldn't you like to help that happen? Lucas, you were once a weak and fragile boy, but now you've been given a tremendous role to fulfill. Now that you know everything I'm sure you'd rather not know. Time has come for you to save the future of all life as we know it. God won't make you bear more than you can carry. When did that phrase originate anyway? I've wondered that for a long time. I'm sure you've heard that phrase before. Know that you aren't fighting alone. Everyone, and I do mean everyone, will lend you their support. That was a long story, but that is the end of everything I have to tell you.
Yes, I understood it, Mr. Owl.
Only the Gypsies really know the needle locations, so I don't know where to find them. But from the way Porky and I have been acting, I would say they're now very close to reaching the final needle.
Especially if you could sense that Lokia is getting near Ionia.
Please, Lucas, be the one who pulls the final needle. Portia issues his orders from the 100th floor of the Empire Porky building. Start by jumping into the and storming the building. After that, you can start looking for clues. Such a long time since I've spoken to anyone, and now I'm exhausted. This stink bug should remember everything I've just said. Take him with you. That way, if you happen to forget anything I said here, you can ask him to repeat it. Will you go with them, Mr. Stinkbug?
We just got his memory. Alright. If all goes well, you'll gain your freedom as everyone else. Yes, sir, Mr. Leader. We're going. And that's the end of this part. When we resume, we will go to assault the Porky building. Till then, I'm Jargus, and my voice is exhausted. I will see you next time.